Hello, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to walk you through how easy this process is filling out an application. So all you have to do once you create your own user ID and password and verify your email, we're going to just click on purpose. We're going to say purchase. What are you in the purpose? I'm going to say, we're just getting started. Doesn't have to be something specific. You can put in any zip code that you're kind of looking in. It's going to pull up the county, and you're just going to say update. I'm going to be using this as a primary residence, and then hit continue. It's going to think, and everything is very intuitive. It's going to base questions off what you answer. So it's already pulled it over. What is a comfortable monthly housing payment? And again, I'm just making this up as I go. It already has my agent in there because my agent sent me the application. So I'm working with a real estate agent. They sent me the application link. It connects me, my real estate agent, and the loan officer. What is the approximate price that you're looking to buy? Let's just say $300. How much you're going to do down payment? I'm going to change it over here. I'm going to do 5%. Down payment source, I'm going to say my checking and savings, and then I'm going to hit save and continue. It already has the name in there because, of course, I created it with my full name. I'm going to leave that there, and then I'm just going to fill in 3. If you have a work phone number, you want to put that in too. Again, this is just me filling it in. Where do you live currently? I'm going to make up an address. If it pulls up, it's going to pull up an address that you have or that's in the system. So you can just click on that. Do you own this property? I rent. How much are you paying? Let's just say $1,800. I've lived there for 7 years. If you've only lived here, and see how it goes to the very next one. But let's just say, I've only lived here a year. As soon as I do that, it's going to change over and ask me what my previous address is. And then I can fill in and make sure that I add the 2-year history. But I'm going to go back in and just change it to the 2 years so it does that. Are you currently a veteran? If I say yes, it's going to bring up the next question. But I'm going to say no. What type of residency, marital status, and do you have any dependents? Again, if I had next is co-borrower information. But if I had dependents, it's going to ask me how many and what are their ages. So if you have a co-borrower, you're going to click on add a co-borrower. It would automatically bring that information in for them to do it. But I'm just going to say I'm doing it solely. I'm going to hit save and continue. Employment income. I'm employed by a company. So I'm just going to say ABC. Company. Position, I'm just going to say I'm a manager. It'll pull up words that you started. I'm going to say I started, and again, I'm going to use over a 2-year history just so I don't have to put in previous. Again, this is just for making sure purposes to have it done. Work phone number. You're going to put whatever that work phone number is. This is the phone number whenever you're putting it in, 44, that we're going to be able to call and actually verify your employment. Office address, put in whatever the office address is. Again, I'm just going to make up an address. Let's just say 171. And I'm just going to pull up anything that pulls up the 171 and just hit OK. How long have I been in this position? I'm going to say 3 years. Income details, I'm going to say change it to annual. You can do this. Monthly or annual. This is so cool. Most of the time you can't. So I can change this to annual if I know what that is, and I'm just going to say I make $80,000 a year. Oh, actually, I'm going to change it. I'm just going to say I make $100,000. $100,000 a year annually. If I was making anything else, overtime, other commissions, you could change it to manually, again, monthly, but you want to make sure that the loan officer, hopefully me, is talking it because you need a 2-year history whenever you're claiming any additional income such as overtime, bonus, or commission. So, or if it's seasonal, say that you get paid more at the end of the year during the holidays, different things can happen. Hit save. It's going to say, please provide income details. Monthly income is this. And then I'm going to click over to assets. And if you wanted to add another employment, you could. So if I added any other income, so say that I am on Social Security, pension, or something like that, I can also go in there and put that information in there. But since I am not, I'm going to hit cancel, and I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is assets. Assets, add assets. You just type in the account. You're going to put the cash value. Let's just say $30,000. Financial institution. Let's say Truist. Account number. And here you only really need the last 4 digits, and then you can hit save. Once you do that, it already has it. You can add additional assets, but next you just hit real estate. Do you own any real estate? If you don't, then you would just say no. If you do, you're going to say yes. It's going to ask you for the real estate that you own. You're going to put in the address, the property value, and so forth. But for this, we're just going to say no. And I'm going to confirm. No, hit save and continue. Do you intend to occupy the house? Yes. Have you had ownership interest in other properties? So this is no. No, I'm not borrowing from any other family. I'm not borrowing any real estate transactions. I don't have anybody applying for a mortgage outside of this. I'm not applying for any additional credit outside of this. I'm not going to do as a co-signer. There's no outstanding judgments, no delinquencies, no, nothing in the past 7 years, no, no, no. And then you hit save and continue. And see over here to the left, you can go through this on your own. So if you just want to flip back to income, you can go to income. Demographics, just done. Here's where you're going to put in the information. So race, I am white, or you can do not wish to provide. I'm not Hispanic or Latino. I am female. I'm going to hit save and continue. Make up a birthday. This is where you would put in your social security number. You would confirm your social security number, and I'm going to say my estimated credit score is this. I'm going to hit save. It's going to show you a red box when you don't fill in something, but I can still hit save and continue. And it's going to ask me to do it again. So if you don't put in your social security number, it's not going to allow you to complete the application. So everything that you need to put in, you would put into here. I'm not going to put in my social security number, and I'm not going to put in somebody else's, but once you do put in the information and you hit save and continue, it's going to come back and it's going to ask you a few extra questions. You know, is this a solar panel house or energy efficient? Something that's just, you know, most of the time is going to be no. But after that, it's going to show review and submit. It's going to bring up all of your information that you have already put in here, and then you just hit review and submit. At any time you want to do Spanish, so if you are Spanish and that's your first language, you can actually click Enable Spanish, and this entire application will become Spanish for you to make it easier for you to read. So this is one of the easiest and fastest applications that you can fill out, and the best part about it is as soon as it's filled out, because your realtor sent it to you, your realtor is also going to be able to see when it is completed. So it makes it very transparent, so we're all on the same page that we can move through this as quickly as possible. If you have any questions, I'm going to put my information down at the bottom, but you can call me directly at 404-512-9323 or edge, EDGE, at mosellebrick.com, and I am happy to help walk you through it. I hope this has been very beneficial, and I look forward to helping you on the flip side.